misunderstand me. Mortals are very good at slaying each other, but the wilds are even better at it.
They say odd objects attract gunfire, and that red team sure looks pretty odd to me.
You know, I've been looking forward to some real PvP for a long time.
Maybe now you'll learn to respect your elders.
I've seen many a war. This will be no different.
Once again, the conga line of 8 mainlands just go ahead and sail in. There's Ender right in the middle of everything, but I heard a cursor bullet come out. Very, very, very low health on the dwarf. Lunar's going ahead and doing a little leapy leap, and we do have a kill onto the Greybane. Another kill onto Johanna. 2 people are asleep. This is going to be almost a wipe. Cigar, the only one left alive for Region Nebula.
Pretty big ring.
Yeah,
We're not gonna get anything out of it. Nope, Jaina throws the ring, but she actually dies.
Yeah, the counter kill on Jaina. Liming gets lasered and unfortunately stuns by Blizzard, but it doesn't do anything. Mei is right there, and her team just kind of abandons her, so they all... Wow.
Spell Armor is what does so much with that Q build. Bitnan eating a lot of damage. Keep backing out. That Fear was so close to hitting it perfect, however Ultimate Hook did nearly take a shot, but doesn't quite. Do you want to both all sitting in a safe position? Ultimate Hook diving onto Diesel, Diesel going down first. Ultimate Hook will go down next, expect you to be Dragon Man foot. For Waffle, doesn't quite get out, Bitnan gets very low, however does give a double heal off from the Tyrande. Urzi also doing their best to keep him, does actually help take down the Sonya with Deck taking the last kill. Oh, the Jaina piercing Q finishes off that Tyrande, and that will not be much to defend against this wave.
I'm a whiz of a whiz. I mean, if ever a whiz there was, that is. Get it?
Makeup whiskers? Nuh-uh! This is war paint!
I will drag your corpse across the jagged wastes of eternity.
There will be peace one day. At least I think there will. How many WoW expansions are left again? Oh. Well then.
It is unwise to provoke a crusader.
And Falling Sword goes off, landing on that Deckard. Light Bomb coming up. Deckard's gonna be in trouble. He's about to get John Cena. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful follow-up by that Mephisto with that Wombo. And that's the Wombo potential I was talking about coming from Almost Legends.
No shortage of burst damage onto a picked off target, and Li Ming will get that reset. But here we go, we may see the fight in this bot lane. Everybody's here. It is a party over this camp. Both ETC and Sonya are going to arrive as well. Big gravity laps onto 2 members there from the Kael'thas. That will be Tyrande falling. Leoric in tow. ETC power slid his way in, but is now in deep with 5 members of the red team, and that is going to be a 3rd kill coming in for ALO.
With the team fight mind control going up, but misses, and that's a dead Uther. Now, they could get the objective, but they could lose the fight and lose if Phoenix Rising pushes this bottom lane, but we're still going here. Hot Like Summer taking heavy damage from this Johanna. They're all over Asmodee. Commodore Order is going to take down Stukov. Tychus is going to go down. Falling Sword going to land. Sylvanas is down. We got a 3v2. Tass is barely up, but Tass is going to go down. We got Bruiser versus Tank. They're both going at it. Still anybody's game. They only need 5 more for the objective. Bruiser versus Tank, nobody dies. But we got an Immortal up, and he's gonna land a massive jump. Here comes that bunny hop, and here comes that jump, and Tahaka is gonna go down.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1, Council of War versus Almost Legends Rubies. This is the playoff match for the semifinals in these 2 brackets. Winner here does go to the first finals. This is Division D, so there are actually 3 sets of finals. This one will be the Division D Northeast Finals. Whoever wins this match, the winner of that match will then go to the Division D East Grand Finals. And the winner of that match will go to the Division D Grand Finals. So near the end, but not that close to the end, we do go ahead and have Battlefield of Eternity being the pick. As you can see, Almost Legends. Where is my camera? Hello? 111 Senga. There we go. Hello. I need to be on camera. I put on like outfits and everything. Like this is important. We do go and have Stukov being banned out. We have Brightwing, a little bit of a healer focus for both teams. So thus and so far, the second ban on the side of Almost Legends is going to be coming out right about now. And we do go and have the Ming Li being taken on out. Taken on out. So, kind of like stepping back from the trigger. When they're like, we got first pick, we don't want to focus the healers too much because we're going to go ahead and get ours for sure. I only actually do the pre-rolls for playoff matches, and even then, only the two I actually pick at the beginning of the week. They do take about 2 hours a piece in order to go ahead and get together. So, they take a little bit, but there we go. Works out in the end. And we do have Mephisto being the last one banned on. I kind of get that from what we saw. And we do go ahead and have Chicken Meow. Oh, I think that is the first thing I left out of the pre-roll. Obviously, I had no idea who was playing. I just had to sort of guess. We'd have Chicken Meow taking the Grey Mane.
Ready for action.
Oh.
So it begins.
Great, the players are backwards. That's fantastic. We do have CW Ender. We'll be on the Murden. Looks like there's a lot to do this live. Fantastic. You think if I was smart, I would do that kitty move? D1 above all is going to go ahead and get on that Deckard Cain. That's okay. I have the technology to do this. We do go to have Chicken Meow picking up the Grey Mane, as we said. Kael'thas and Artanis coming out. Artanis a big pick on this, and which your opponent just shreds that Immortal in a big way. That is cue ball. Sorry, I'm having to go in and type these in because for every once in a while the tool loads backwards. It is nothing the players did. It's just we end up with the players on the opposite teams. Conflicted is the Artanis. I'll go ahead and use this. We have King and Wiggity as the last two, so we'll go ahead and get them locked in right now. And on the other side we have Night Knight, Ultimate Hook, and Erosia. There we go, fantastic. Oh, well, Leoric, I like Leoric as the counterman. Leoric does decently well into Artanis, although actually, well, never mind. I was going to say Artanis does actually super, super well into Leoric because he can, like, dash away from the spooky touch. However, Erosia does take her trademark Sonya. Definitely do not blame that. Elbow Hook is going to be the Hanzo, a character without a hook, if you guys did not know that. Very important to note. I love how I introduce the character and then I start typing it in and then I'm like, wait. Who am I on? And with this done, we do go ahead and have, oh, cat move. Oh, Anubra, King Garak coming out, and then, oh, Tyrande, interesting. Definitely going for a massively blow-up comp on the side of Almost Legends. Fun fact, Tyrande is one of 2 heroes that have a TY and an R leading their name. Do you know who the other one is? You get absolutely nothing for getting this right.
Vanquish the weak.
And Jaina is our last pick coming on Night Knight. So looking at things, we do go ahead and have Anubra versus Murden. Both of them kind of engaged tanks. Deckard Cain going into Tyrande, but definitely better healing coming out of Deckard. I do feel like the offlane is going... I feel like the fight may be better on the side of Council of War, but that's why they're going for a pick comp on the other side. But with that being said, we're going to go into the game right about now. I'll go ahead and get the gambling up for you fine people. By the time you're listening to this, it's probably already up, so go ahead and bet your points. Know who you want to win, like your favorite comp, and I will see you in the game. All right, and here we are in the game itself. We'll go ahead and zoom out, look at the talents as people start to phase in. Coming in on Council of War, on the blue side of the battlefield, or the cyan if you want to be technical. We do go ahead and have CW Ender playing that Muradin. B1 above all. I want to say Diablo because it looks like weird from here. Playing on the Deckard Cain. We have Erosia is playing the Sonya. Night Knight is on the Hanzo, and Ultimate Hook coming on Jaina. On the other side of the battlefield, we have Almost Legends Ruby being represented by Chicken Meow playing the Greybane. Cue Ball is coming in on Kale Thos, conflicted on that Artanis over the top lane. We have King playing the Anu Barak, and Wiggity coming in on Tyrande. Rosian Conflicted battling around up here. I was like, what? I don't know. I actually stopped on for a second. I'm like, I don't even know what they're talking about. Looking at our level 1 talents, we do, of course, have Not Convection being taken on Kael'thas. Not Cold Convection, there's no such talent. Coming out for Jaina, both questing talents on both sides. Both teams hungry for globes. We have Murden going a nice little leapy leap, trying to not get tied down by that. We do, of course, have the Simple Geometry. And Dwarf Block coming out on the Murden. Definitely wants to be a little bit more durable. Not looking to be able to be the initial damage, bursting them down. Going to count on his damage dealers in order to do that. Up top, it does look like Conflicted did have to go back. And is that actually a well tap already? It looks like... Yep. There it is. I forgot where it was actually located for a second. But yep. 100. So very, very early win. Moving down, checking this out. Are they going to fight over this? Neither side has an advantage down here. So that would be a little bit dangerous. CW Ender takes a lot of damage. There's a Dorito, goes ahead and roots down the Chicken Meow. We are going ahead and just going savage on these Khasra. Wolf versus Goats. I do think Wolf has an advantage. CW Ender taking a lot of damage, trying to just go and Dwarf Toss right back out there. But he's going to have to stop engaging. Nice double root coming out of the Deckard Dorito. And we do go and have this picked up on the side of Almost Legends Ruby. With that being said, up top, we are Conflicted looking a little bit more up there, but Sonya does still have her toughest nails up and also her tap available, although obviously if she gets killed before she uses it, that doesn't actually matter. We do go and have the camping picked up a little bit early on the side of Almost Legends. Usually you want to get this at about like 21 to 18 seconds left on the timer. And the timer hasn't even come up yet when they're picking it up. Are they actually staging themselves up to do an invade? They might be. There is a fight. We do have Conflicted moving in here and actually fighting them over this. He's taking a lot of damage, but here comes everyone else. Nice. Oh, double Gravo and double kill. Great job. Amazing gravity lamps coming in from that Kael'thas. And they're just going to go in and get some free push coming in here. That was actually what this was gamed at. They were actually like saying, we know you'll get this second. We're going to move up into a position where we can run in and just run it down. And they absolutely did. Almost Legends Ruby is in a dominating position here in the first part of the game. But obviously it is the first part of the game. And this is Here's the Storm. Great comeback mechanics. I don't know what you're talking about, IGN. You're stupid. Oh my god. IGN is like so dumb. We go ahead and have the Immortals being moved down. Nice defensive position coming out for Almost Legends. We do go ahead and have Murden takes another good bit of damage, trying to move in here. Meanwhile, we do have Greymane doing Greymane things. There's a I like the stun into swap, because obviously it's really easy for Artanis to swap whenever you can't sidestep. Oh, I was not moving down fast enough. That is my bad. We should go and have a counter kill. Do you even call that a counter kill at that point? A kill significantly after the initial kills, but still in a countering position. Coming down against Greymane, but Greymane's going to be back up in just a little bit. And a lot of defenses having to commit over here, even though they are sending Sonya over here to try and start racing. That does make it a 4 versus 4 over here. 4 versus 5 as Greymane re-enters the fight in just a second. There's a nice root hit to the Tyrande. CW Ender right in the middle of all that, but here comes everyone else. We do go ahead and have Sonya moving back in order to try and fight this. A lot of damage coming down. Conflicted looking a little bit low here on the flank. King goes ahead and moves out, moves in. And we do have Artanis, one of the big racers, out next to Greymane being taken out. Once again, it is a 5 versus 4. No one racing the Immortal, but they are all in the middle of this. Does get a lot of damage, and we have Kael'thas going out as well. 2 kills to 3. Kill advantage at the moment. Never mind. Kill advantage dead even for the time being, but Chicken Meow trying to get out of there. Let's go ahead and move back. Does want this ultimate hook, or like ultimate potion pickup as we have the wolf goes down. Might as well call ultimate hook Little Red Riding Hood because just got snaked. All right, Techno, thank you very much for coming in. Do not blame you at all. I don't even know you're looking at, but I appreciate you being here. It does look like they do actually get it. They win it back to Raze, but we are going to have a about 60% shielded Immortal coming to the bottom lane. The offlaners go up and do offlane things. Conflicted wisely says, I want every bit of this experience. I don't care about hitting Sonya just yet. I, at level 1, did, of course, take the amateur opponent. So it does not matter. I can't really get stacked out of here, so it does not even matter. Doesn't even matter. Here we have everyone else kind of moving through. CW Ender goes in. I like how aggressive this is being, and he's been pretty good about not overstaying his welcome. All right, there is Kingly Sun. We do go ahead and have King going in. CW Ender does go ahead and actually gets caught in the Immortal Stun. Chicken Meow goes in, wants some dwarf flesh. But no, the werewolf will not feast today.
The demon has fallen. He will rise again in time.
Demon is down. They did save both the Moonwell and the fort, but the fort is down to 1,600 health, so it is a rough sneeze away. We do have a rotation down here. They are moving in. Do they realize the entire enemy team is here? Or nearly it? There is the flank attempt coming here. Rocket Tornado comes out in order to hold Anub'arak in place. There is a flank coming in. CW Ender in the middle of a lot, but very good disengage coming out of the side of Council of War. And the leashed mob does heal back up to full. Does look like we're just inches away from level 10. Level 10 will come down when they get this, if not before. It does come down before. It looks like for level 10, we are going to see the towns being picked up by Almost Legends. CW Ender just been narrowly going in. Dwarf toss right out of there. Does not want to get hit. We do have the Cocoon on the Anub'arak, Pyro Blast, Suppression Pulse, Cursed Bullet, and Tyrande doesn't know yet. But we have the Starfall. Interesting. Definitely seems to be a go in and just make it. Starfall will kind of keep people from retreating. Slow down the whole team and just make things easier. And then we do go ahead and have, oh, nice Cursed Bull on the Hanzo, but Hanzo does get away. And then he walks away. What's he going to move down here and go ahead and get this camp? Answering camp on the answering side. All those lovely servants in hell. We do go and have Chicken Ball going through. We will get the looks like a double camp instead of Race coming out of the side. Artanis did move down here to try and get this taken care of, but here is the rotation down. Was called, so Artanis very wisely moves back into safety. But a lot of pressure being done to this top lane and nobody answering it just yet. They're kind of putting a lot of chickens in the we want damage basket. Is rotation up, but it is too late. The top fort does go down, and we are going to get occasional catapults going down both top and bottom in favor of Almost Legends of Ruby. There's another Cursed Bullet comes out in CW Ender down to about half health. Let's go ahead and Dwarf Toss out to safety. But again, the Immortals are fighting, and they only cleared out the Shaman. This camp is still pushing. It will eventually get cleaned up on its own, but it's still a problem that has to be dealt with. Oh, but there is a lot of damage on the Cue Ball. Cue Ball going to go ahead and get wrecked. Jaina going to be the second one going down. We are looking for the engage. Erosia is the next target. Nice bolt, but we do have the burrow underneath. Just want to get on top of that. No swap coming from the Artanis. They tried for it, but they failed. I'm so toxic. I shouldn't be saying that. Conflicted right in the middle of it. It is, the mages are both down. Kael'thas is going to get here a little bit sooner, although actually maybe not. They are on Council of War's side of the map. There's a lot of damage. There is the dwarf coming in, but it's stunned from the Anub'arak. There is a Swifty swap. Conflicted going in, trying to get a lot of damage done, and we are going to have Tyrande being taken out. No heals on the side of Almost Legends. There's a Pyroblast. Erosia is running for it. I do not know if she can make it. A lot of heals trying to come out, but no. Erosia does get absolutely flambéed. Meanwhile, these are still up and still pushing. We do go have Night Knight finally moving up, and as Night Knight shows, we should possibly have a push in. Here we have everyone else kind of moving through. We do go and have Chicken Meow at the bottom. Ender wants this. Ender wants a lot of damage. There is another Cursed Bullet right into that. Nice swap coming from the Artanis. CW Ender a little bit isolated. They are the kill target trying to move in, and boom, we have Dwarf Bloods on the pavement. Bloods, yes, multiple Dwarf Bloods. There's another swap. Night Knight in the middle of a lot of pain, and it's going to be nicely escorted out. But once again, we have a trade of mages. We do get Sonya goes ahead and secures the Kael'thas. The Song of Ice and Fire is apparently a dirge in this particular game. Dang it, I should not make that reference because now I just have do stuck in my head, which is not exactly what you want. Chicken Meow getting rush spawned by the Sonya. There is the cocoon in order to try and keep that from happening. And we do go in and have the Emerald being taken out. There is Erosia being swapped by the Artanis. Double stun coming out from King. They are on top of the Sonya. They do, or that the Artanis. They want Conflicted down. The Conflicted is in the middle of a lot of conflict. Is going to be escorted back to the Hall of Storms. There's a Stormbolt that keeps the bug in place. Alright, we're going to have the spin to win against Ultimate Hook. Here comes the Immortal moving in. Sorry, I realize that sometimes things slow down a little bit as stuff happens. We do go ahead and have a one level advantage. Actually, just right now that ended. And as level 14 comes in, there is no disadvantage. We have once again, nice 3-man stay a while and listen coming through. We do have Jaina taking out Kael'thas. A little bit of a lover's quarrel. Just kidding. They were never in love. It was definitely one-sided. We have Night Knight being swapped out. Jaina in the middle of a lot of pain, and it's going to be cleaned on up. I gotta say, these Artanis swaps have been on point for sure. Cue Ball being toxic to himself? Still, once again, we do have Kael'thas coming back into the battlefield. No, is coming down south. I thought they might go top because there is a decent little push happening, although obviously the occasional catapults will stop that over time. Jaina also on her way back down. D1 goes back for mana. As we do go ahead and have the camps being back up. It looks like this is being looked at on the side of Council of War. We go ahead and have Erosia moving in, leading the way. A nice blizzard coming down, just absolutely coating the fur of these Khazra camps in glistening frost. We do go ahead and have, once again, top lane priority coming out of the side of Almost Legends. They do go ahead and want both camps pushing down it. They did previously pick this one up. It will be up in about 2 minutes, so definitely not able to be picked up on the side of Council of War. Do have Ultimate Hook and everyone kind of moving back here. Level 16s are online for Almost Legends. They are going to go ahead and take Rehabilitation, Ignite, Titan Killer, Executioner, and Power. Titan Killer is the one I really, really like, especially combined with Triple Strike. will go ahead and start peering away. We've seen enough cursed bullets going into this Ender in order to be able to Titan kill as well. Means that a isolated Murden will die just as fast as anything else. We go ahead and have the bottom camp being cleaned up very easily by Conflicted. We are at the halftime show. Neither team really wanting to move into the other one just yet. Trying to go ahead and do something of a flank, although they run into the other minion wave, so not going to be a super successful flank. And they are moving in. There is the nice swap, a lot of damage. I'm not 100% sure what that play was supposed to do. They're just like, hey, what if we didn't defend our Immortal? Under does go right in the middle. This is the great test of that Titan kill I was talking about, but it looks like the test is failing as Toronto goes down. There's a nice blind coming down on a lot of the enemy team, but Conflicted in the middle of a lot of the enemy. Ultimate Hook does go ahead and get a lot of damage in. We do go and have a 2-0 in favor of Council of War. But again, can they actually do this? There's a lot of damage done to that Immortal. It does look like they are sending Sonya down there as well as Night Knight. While the other three stay up here and try and defend. Night Knight comes back as the re-engagement happens. There is a big old stun. Ender trying to steal, keep it running away. About to get a lot of damage, and Kael'thas goes down one more time. It's a good thing they didn't take Convection. Like, I feel bad saying that, but also I totally don't feel bad saying that. We're down to 700 health on this Immortal. All right, I mean, there comes the owl. Does the owl actually do damage? That's busted. Okay, down to 200 health. I don't think... Yep, this is going to go ahead and end it. And the Immortal goes down. But did get down to 6,000 points of shield, so it won't be on for very, very long. There, we did go in here. The... Oh! Coming from Erosia. Does go in and actually catch Wiggity for a second. A little bit of damage coming in. We have Chicken Meow in the flank. Getting a little bit of shots. And with that being said, we do go ahead and have the Immortal going up into the top lane. Once again in favor of Almost Legends, but this time much, much less decisive. We do have a kill lead coming from Council of War. These kills are just ending up coming a little bit too late, and they aren't able to actually secure the objective based on them. Sonya in the bottom lane trying to soak up. We do go and have the quest completion coming out of the Hanzo. That was simple geometry. Oh, just barely got the fort. This is going to be a big problem, though. It's going to be continuous catapult pressure coming down the top lane. They really can't leave that lane alone for any length of time. To go ahead and have the Artanis up here in the top lane, moving through, going stab. Quite a bit of damage coming through. Stasis landing on Night Knight. We have CW Ender in the middle of a lot of things. There's a big old blind comes in. We do have Murder not getting a lot done. We do go and have Kael'thas gets the Jaina this time around. I gotta tell you, these mages just do not like each other. They are continuously fighting back and forth. We do also have the Sonya coming through. Quite a bit of damage on Ender. Ender is not going anywhere. That was just like body blocking for days. And we do go ahead and have Almost Legends Rubies having 5 versus 2. Having wiped 3 people, what I'm trying to say, is moving straight down the top lane. Does want to go ahead and secure this game. You know, Ultimate Hook back trying to heal up. I don't think that they can save this. They are right on the verge of 20 is Almost Legends. Townsville goes down as the core falls to 25%, down to 10%, down to 2%, down to 0%, and game number 1 does go in favor of Almost Legends. I should also mention, if any of you are out there in the Observer land and you're like, wow, it's not letting me talk, it says I need to verify my account. First of all, sorry, I do get hate rated, so I kind of have to put some protections in place, but If you don't want to give Twitch your phone information, if you just follow the channel for at least a day, you'll be able to talk normally. Won't necessarily help you tonight, but it will at least help you the next time I cast a game you want to see, and I cast all the freaking time. I am the lead NGS caster by one whole game. But with that being said, we do go ahead and have, in terms of healing, as mentioned, like, obviously we do have double the healing coming out of Deckard, but we kind of knew that. Wiggity is not, or Tyrande is not known for being a main healer. We do go ahead and have, Tyrande brings a lot of utility in addition to just being a healer, so her healing numbers just end up being a little bit less. When we look at the hero damage, we do have Greymane leading the way, and not surprising, that's what Greymane does. Sonya actually being the second biggest burst damage, and then Tyrande, weirdly enough, comes in third, although really, basically that's a tie with Artanis. I mean, let's be honest. You go ahead and have Sonya coming in with the lead soak with 15,000, then Conflicted at 13,000. As for talents, here they are. Copy them down, love them. Big props to King and Q-Ball for actually picking their level 20s. The game was over, but you know what? You want to make a statement. You're like, this is the whole build. This is what you guys do. We know that we are idols of the HOTS community, and everyone's going to be wanting to know our whole build. So thank you for providing it. I appreciate it. With that, I will see you in game number 2. Look forward to it. Get ready for it. And I'll be right back.
Don't misunderstand me. Mortals are very good at slaying each other, but the wilds are even better at it.
They say odd objects attract gunfire, and that red team sure looks pretty odd to me.
You know, I've been looking forward to some real PvP for a long time.
Maybe now you'll learn to respect your elders.
I've seen many a war. This will be no different.
Once again, the conga line of 8 mainlands just go ahead and sail in. There's Ender right in the middle of everything, but I heard a cursed bullet come out. Very, very, very low health on the dwarf. Lunar's going ahead and doing a little leapy leap, and we do have a kill onto the Greybane. Another kill onto Johanna. 2 people are asleep. This is going to be almost a wipe. Cigar, the only one left alive for Regen Nebula.
Pretty big ring.
Yeah,
We're not gonna get anything out of it. Nope, Jaina throws the ring, but she actually dies.
Yeah, the counter kill on Jaina. Liming gets lasered and unfortunately stuns by Blizzard, but doesn't do anything. Mei is right there, and her team just kind of abandons her, so they all... Wow.
Spell Armor is what does so much with that Q build. Bitnan eating a lot of damage. Keep backing out. That Fear was so close to hitting it perfect, however Ultimate Hook did nearly take a shot, but doesn't quite. Do you want to both all sitting in a safe position? Ultimate Hook diving onto Diesel, Diesel going down first. Ultimate Hook will go down next, expect you to be Dragon foot. For Waffle, doesn't quite get out. Bitnan gets very low, however, does get that double heal off from the Tyrande. Erzi also doing their best to keep him. Does actually help take down the Sonya with Deck taking the last kill. Oh, the Jaina piercing Q finishes off that Tyrande, and that will not be much to defend against this wave.
I'm a whiz of a whiz. I mean, if ever a whiz there was, that is. Get it?
Makeup whiskers? Nuh-uh. This is war paint!
I will drag your corpse across the jagged wastes of eternity.
There will be peace one day. At least I think there will. How many WoW expansions are left again? Oh. Well then.
It is unwise to provoke a crusader.
And Falling Sword goes off, landing on that Deckard. Light Bomb coming up. Deckard's gonna be in trouble. He's about to get John Cena. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful follow-up by that Mephisto with that Wombo. And that's the Wombo potential I was talking about coming from Almost Legends.
No shortage of burst damage onto a picked off target, and Li Ming will get that reset. But here we go. We may see the fight in this bot lane. Everybody's here. It is a party over this camp. Both ETC and Sonya are going to arrive as well. Big gravity laps onto 2 members there from the Kael'thas. That will be Tyrande falling. Leoric in tow. ETC power slid his way in, but is now in deep with 5 members of the red team, and that is going to be a 3rd kill coming in for ALO.
With the team fight mind control going up, but misses, and that's a dead Uther. Now, they could get the objective, but they could lose the fight and lose if Phoenix Rising pushes this bottom lane, but we're still going here. Hot Like Summer taking heavy damage from this Johanna. They're all over Asmodee. Combined Order is going to take down Stukov. Tychus is gonna go down. Falling Sword gonna land. Sylvanas is down. We got a 3v2. Tass is barely up, but Tass is gonna go down. We got Bruiser versus Tank. They're both going at it. Still anybody's game. They only need 5 more for the objective. Bruiser versus Tank, nobody dies. But we got an Immortal up and he's gonna land a massive jump. Here comes that bunny hop, and here comes that jump, and Dahaka is gonna go down.
Welcome to Cursed Hollow. How appropriate for Halloween week. Yes, the entire week is consumed by Halloween. It's just the way things work. Actually, speaking of which, if we're going to go ahead and say that, then let's make the aesthetic a little bit more appropriate, shall we? So, with that being said, actually, I can do even better. There we go. With that being said, we do go ahead and have Cursed Hollow. As you can see, first pick and first ban is going over the side of Council of War. They did go ahead and decide that they, after game number 1, they definitely want first pick on their side. So map pick did go the way of Almost Ruby. Brightwing again being the first pick. Are we going to go ahead and see? Was it Brightwing and Stukov last time? I feel like we had Brightwing and Stukov leading the way. Halloween is amazing. No, we do not have a ban on Stukov. They go ahead and get rid of Diablo, which is interesting. They did not ban Diablo last time. Obviously, a map-specific ban. But does that mean they're going to Stukov through, or is that just the second one? Mephisto is the second ban. Same bans coming out of Council of War, which is extra interesting because they obviously are like, no, this is just a playstyle change. We don't need to. It's not necessarily that they had heroes that were problems. We just like drafted wrong. We know how to beat them now. Time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Time will tell. Second ban? Is it going to be Stukov? Going to let it through? Your opponents do have first pick? No, they do go and get rid of the Stukov. They thought about it. They wanted to give hope. They wanted to kind of throw a curveball in. And they absolutely did a great job with that. But at the end of the day, we do still end up with Stukov and Brightwing not being on the table. So here's the first pick. This is the pick that you wanted. This is what you gave up map pick to take. What are you going to do, Council of War? Council of Mages have already fallen. The Warriors are the only ones that left. Who is going to be your first representative? Is it going to be Falstad? The Birdman himself coming in, being represented by Ultimate Hook. We do go and have Q-Ball and Conflicted coming through. Getting the Asmodan. Definitely able to stop a turn-in from like 8,000 paces. And Dahaka, a true global coming out of here. Brightwing's not allowed. Conflicted does go ahead and lock into Dahaka very, very early. We'll be able to soak for a good long while and only come in to the point when it's absolutely necessary to win. Deckard is going to be the D1 above all again, I think. Yep. Same one they had last time. And then Night is moving over from the Hanzo over to the Li Ming. If ever a Wiz there was, that is. Alright, Leora continues to be the ban out. Surprise again, I'm sorry. I don't understand I guess it's just the Entomb. It's not necessarily worried about the offlane, because I'm like, Dahaka does really well into the aura because he can just burrow under Spooky Hand. And our third and final ban on the side of Council of War. Who is going to be? Who we look at? We are looking at Kale Foss. We have not seen Jaina, but it looks like the dance of fire and ice will no longer be a thing. And then they go in and just draft May in order to be like FU. Or Ragnaros, I guess. It'd have to be a fire hero. Blaze. King does go ahead and lock in the Murden. And then Anduin going to be the healer this time. Alright, with that being said and that being taken care of, we do go ahead and get our final 2 picks. We still need an offlaner and we still need a main tank. So who's going to be up in the front lines squaring off against Muradin? Dinamer? You have Johanna with the glistening shield of a flashlight and Imperius in the offlane. I like that. Imperius does very well in Dahaka because, like I said, you can like burrow under Spooky Hand. You can't burrow under Spear because Spear holds you in place. Obviously, you can if you see it coming, but Imperius doesn't exactly give you a whole lot of warning on that. And then we do have Chicken Meow coming out with that Taiki. Is going to be looking to just burn. Although, interesting, Tychus. I do expect to see flashlights being used on Tychus a lot. But looking at the 2 teams, Murden into Johanna. Again, a harder engage coming out of the side of Council of... side of Almost Legends. I do like the offlane for Imperius, but Dahaka can definitely win the soak race. Asmodan going to be an absolute pain, but Falstad can match them. Really an even matchup. I don't know who I favor here, but you know what? It doesn't matter who I favor. It matters who the gods favor. And we will see this in the game itself. 1 second. All right, and moving on into the game, we do go ahead and have phasing in on the side of Council of War, our warriors in Cyan. I don't want to say council, the chancellors of catastrophe, the winners of warfare. What is a good W name for a group of people? I should have thought of this ahead of time, but I definitely didn't. We do go ahead and get CW Ender playing the Johanna. Demon Above All on Deckard, always messes me up. Erosia is on the Imperius. Night Knight is on Li Ming. And Ultimate Hook coming out of the Falstad. On the other side of the battlefield, in the orange, we do have Almost Legends Ruby. The aficionados of Annihilation. The rugby team of Rapscallianism. We do go ahead and have... Oh, I talked for too long. It's okay. King on the Murden. Chicken Meow on that Tychus. We do go to have Q-Ball playing the Asmodan. Wiggly is on the Anduin. And up top, we do go to have Dahaka skirting around, looking a bit. Dahaka is going to go ahead and secure Tissue Regeneration at level 1. As well as Gluttony is going to be the pick, and Annihilation. Definitely going with that heavy push build. Falstad alone in bottom, actually getting quite a bit of experience, not being opposed. There is a full rotation coming down as all 4 members start moving through. Will Falstad realize this is happening? Not immediately, but I think Anduin tipped their hand a little bit too soon. All right, here is CW Ender going ahead and moving, sidestepping that Chastise. Is that the name of the ability? I think it is. Yep. Hey, go me. Look at me actually knowing stuff.
Blue team draws first blood.
And was not looking at it. Should have been looking at it. Erosia does go ahead and outfoxes the Dahaka. This is going to be a lot of lost experience, but nope. Q-Ball comes up almost immediately in order to oppose this. Is currently up to 22 stacks on both Annihilation and Gluttony. But you know what? Here, Erosia in a lot of trouble. We did have Dahaka being a big old cheater, but actually nice sidestep from Erosia. Does go ahead and not get hit by that. There's a ball, goes down to 80 health, and we're going to go ahead and have Erosia going back in. going back in, meaning going back to the Hall of Storms, is I guess what I should be saying. Decker Kane and Li Ming are moving over here, going ahead and picking up the mercenary camp. Meanwhile, King is squaring off against Ultimate Hook down here. Dwarf versus Dwarf action in the bottom lane. Slight mercenary advantage coming out on the side of Council of War. Just now we're starting to have people move back and try and pick that up. But there's a lot of pressure, and they realize they can't do that because CW Ender and Night Knight are just pushing this wave through. They will suffer massive damage. You have the first tribute spawning at the bottom of the map. He's about 20 seconds away. Meanwhile, up top, we have another little engagement going up between Erosia and Dehaka. All right, Erosia does go ahead and get the stun out, but we do have a nice stun. I like that Murden actually used the Storm Bolt before he tried to jump out of there. That way Erosia could not just chase him down and hold him. But we do go ahead and have Night Knight channeling this objective. Is not going to get to finish. We do go ahead and have the glow coming in from Asmodan. What the heck was that? No? Do not need you in my cast. Thank you very much. So we do go in and have King. A lot of damage on Dehaka, but we do have CW Ender taking a good bit. Tygus was moving in there, and we do have Johanna being the first to fall. It does look like Erosia going to go down second. Night Knight is the next target. Dehaka looking for a big old lick. Not going to get it, but we do go and have Q-Ball getting this first objective. 1 out of 3. Obviously, at 3 objectives, you do go all the way. You do shut down all of the tower defenses across the map, as well as reduce the health of all enemy minions to 1. Dehaka is having to manually walk all the way up there. Oh, terrible. Up to 3 out of 10 on tissue regeneration. Does not take Brushstalker, though. Kind of surprising. I guess it's just kind of counting on the fact that they can burrow around. This is a big map, and Brushstalker would help them get around. All right, we do have Conflicted getting that, and then goes back for mana. We'll obviously be able to burrow in because Dehaka's a big old cheater. But right now we have a big engagement coming in. Johanna very far in the front line. Does go ahead and blind the Dehaka, or the Tychus. Dehaka can come in here, but is Night Knight going to get this done? No, once again, that big, evil, stupid demon shows up and just throws an orb from downtown. Nice stun onto Night Knight, but a lot of enemies go in. Conflicted just actually catches a full combo to the face. Is not going to be allowed. Left for Slaughter. King goes and jumps in. Is being brave. Is being a Mighty Dwarf down to less than 100 health, but he's going to go ahead and get out of here. However, that does mean the rest of the team is going without a tank, and Ultimate Hook is looking in for this. Going to want to get a lot of damage into here. It does look like Asmodan. You're not going to be dunking on anyone now, fool. Go ahead and get back to mid-court. I don't know baseball terms. I do know it's basketball. That part was a joke. Who's gonna have so many angry people in chat? I guarantee you there are people already with their fingers on the keyboard. Like, you said what? Conflicted down here at the bottom. Neither team at level 10, but it does look like Almost Legends is going to get there first. We are at 1 tribute to 1 tribute.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
So, reminder, even as a joke, we don't say that any of the players suck. This is an amateur tournament. Be nice. So we do go and have CW Ender getting quite a bit of stuff through. He's trying to hold back, but there are 4 people up here at the top of the map. I have literally in the past had to time out people who came in and started shit-talking themselves as a joke, and I'm like, I don't care. There's some types of humor that we just don't really do. We do go ahead and have Almost Legends does go ahead and secure a second objective. So with that being said, we do go and have a nice 4-man push up top. We do go and have Dahaka versus Falstad going on down here. But a big engage happening right now. Chastise does miss. There is the Falling Sword. Falling Sword looking in. There is a stun onto Aspedan. Aspedan is definitely the target. We do go and have a spear coming in from Imperius. D1 above all does fall back. Not a lot of health. The old man is not with the C right now. And here is a huge bit of damage. Tygus going ahead and minigun is blazing. Odin comes out trying to go ahead and secure this. There is CW Ender has almost no health. Ultimate Hook did fly up here. We are going to go ahead and have Conflicted burrowing underground. So 1 for nothing so far, but a lot of low health bars. Anduin doing a great job putting just waves of healing through the entire team. Is going to make it a little bit hard to engage for the side of Council of War. However, both Falstad and Dahaka did go ahead and use their globals, so that means no one can run down here and grab this real quick. All right, Imperius takes a little bit of damage. We do have everyone back on the scene and ready to move into this. They are going ahead and looking for that big engage. Obviously, these... Oh, nice light bomb coming in. We do have Unstoppable coming down. Imperius going to be saved by that great gust from Falstad. Down to very low. Is running around looking for potions. Potions, please! Quite a bit of damage. We have Ender right in the middle of a lot of enemy damage. There is a Stay a While and Listen, putting people to sleep. Imperius does go ahead and use his ult, but is not able to actually activate it. We do have a full retreat coming out of the side of Council of War. You see him down to about a 700 or 75 health, but will survive. However, this is going to be cursed as Q-Ball goes in and picks up that. We are going to have all of the base defenses turn off. Big push coming in the bottom lane. We do have Dahaka burrowing up top in order to push with this one. Now we go ahead. They've secured the bottom port. It does look like there's a little bit of engagement up here. Conflicted tries and gets. Nice burrow to avoid the spear. I have to give a lot of props there. And they do go ahead and say, we have to hold this back. We can't keep chasing the dinosaur. But meanwhile, in the middle, with the fact that everything is turned off, they do go ahead and secure Deckard Cain. The old man Deckard Cain did have to go back and go ahead and take a little nappykins. They've been playing for 10 minutes. It's time for his timeout. Oh, Ultimate Hook does get taken out. Irusi is in the middle of a lot of pain. This is all 5 members of the enemy team. Just go ahead and just be like, I'm just going to step back here. I don't know what the heck just happened. I don't really care. I'm going to step right back over here. Here comes the rest of the team, but Falstad is not back for another 10 seconds. There's a nice stun, followed up by the Condemn. However, oh, there came... Q-Ball is doing a really good job landing those against a lot of enemy team members. I'm surprised they're moving into this. We do have Falstad back. Falstad is able to fly over and just gust people into base defenses, and the base defenses are, of course, back in. Falstad does look like he's going in for a gust. Is flying over. Here we come. Big old Gus comes back and moves 3 people back into the defenses. King is going ahead and being focused on right now. Tychus going down. Conflicted goes down. King actually still's alive. The dwarf makes it out. With that being said, we do have CW Ender kind of chasing them away, but licking their wounds, the 3 surviving members of Almost Legends are going to run back. Having done what they needed to on that curse phase, they did take the top fort, the middle fort, and the bottom fort out, leaving them nothing but rubble strewn across the streets of Council of War. Eruzi was trying to be so cool, like, haha, look what I can do, and then be like, wait, crap. Alright, it does look like a little bit of boss trade is happening, because on the other side, we do go ahead and have the remaining members. But is there going to be an invade here? They are only about a little above of half. No, it does look like they are not trying to invade into this. I guess that makes sense. Like, they are down 16s. They don't necessarily want to fight it. I mean, I guarantee you, I would want to. I would want to go in on that so hard. You have to hawk it down here in the bottom lane. Did burrow down in order to go ahead and take out this boss.
Or face my curse. The choice is simple.
We have another tribute starting it down below. Obviously, neither team can get curse off this, although it will put them within curse point if Council of War can pick it up. Looking at information, we do have a Gluttony finish up to 316 stacks for Annihilation. Alright, nice little push in the middle of the mop.
I grow tired of the petty squabbling. Gather tribute. Earn my favor.
Alright, a little bit of Unstoppable Johanna action. Did have to blow her D before they really got in there. There's a nice pullback on the Tychus. Tychus would go ahead and be picked up by a big old spear. Did go ahead and use the Odin, but oh, there is a sleep right in the middle of a lot of the enemy. Big engage happening right now. We do go ahead and have Tychus finally going down. I actually thought Tychus should have gone down a long time ago. Conflicted does go ahead and burrow and uses the essence in order to heal back up. Knight goes for the channel, but then this fight is still going on. We do have Erosia goes in and picks this up. And looks like we'll get that with no concern. You got have Wiggity King and Cuball moving down through the middle, are looking for the next engage. Obviously, they realize that a lot of ults were used that last fight. Although actually both teams use their ults, so neither team is able to fight with ults for a good long while. We are going to go ahead and have the Falling Sword back in just a matter of seconds, as is Gust. Anduin almost back, but a ways until some of the other ones come back. And there we do have the Falling Sword with the engage. King goes into the backline looking for this. A lot of damage onto this Aspidan. We do have CW Ender right on top of this. Does not want to let them get away. Here is Erosia from the flank looking for this. Oh, great read on that. Did go ahead and spear right into the tongue, but you know what? Apparently, I would not have thought about this was the case, but apparently tongue beats spear. I will remember that if I ever get attacked by a spearman. Just lick them. Looks like Inflict's going to be coming down here and being like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and take this, get constant pressure on the bottom of the map, while my team goes ahead and King drops in order to light bomb everyone. Does not get the Falling Sword, however, because the Falling Sword is obviously in the air. There is a false set going down. There is... Oh, never mind. Conflicted is here. Conflicted just go and burrow in. I was like, even without Conflicted, they're winning the fight. This is ridiculous. Nice warp coming out of the Aspidan. Does look like we're going to go ahead and have Conflicted move in with the assistance of Chicken Meow. Take this out. Cuball and Wiggity being aggressed upon a little bit by Night and CW Ender, but they need to be careful. They are still down 3 people, and they do not want to go too far outside the safety of their towers. We are at curse point. Whoever gets this curse will get a, well, curse. Tribute, I guess I should say. Whoever gets this tribute will get a curse. Lot of shots coming out. Shots for Erosia, for King. All ults are currently up, except for Aspidance, which is about 15 seconds out. And this is picked up. They do not have an Aspidance. They cannot just get this from 500 paces.
Blue team's core is under attack.
All right, they're going to go through yet another keep. Constant cannonball pressure in the bottom and the middle lane now. CW Ender does. I almost said dodge as the Decker, but if obviously Decker's on his team, he's not trying to dodge. All right, Decker does go down, as does the port. This could very easily be the end of the game. We have like pressure mounting from all sides. A lot of damage going in, and we do have Imperius going down as well. It is 5 versus 3 with all 3 lanes pushing. This definitely looks like it could very easily be the end of the game. A lot of damage comes down onto that Aspidant. Cuball not looking too healthy, but looking even less healthy is, well, the blue team as everyone goes down. We do go ahead and have the core falling very, very quickly. And there it goes. Game number 2, and the series does go the side of Almost Legends Ruby. They will move on to the finals of Division D Northeast. Let me go ahead and see if I can get us a interview. 1 second, guys. Please forgive the fact that the brackets are loaded completely winky wonk. I forgot to fix them. All right, we'll go ahead and see if we can get ourselves an interview. Oh, and the answer seems to be very much yes. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
So first of all, great series. For those of you that do not magically know the voices, we are being joined by Chicken Meow and Conflicted.
Thanks for having us.
Chat.
So first of all, very much congratulations. Obviously, super easy question started us out, but how are you guys feeling right now?
Super pumped.
We're going to finals.
Absolutely. It looks like you guys are going to finals against... I actually just looked at this. So, going to finals against Infernal Affairs. So, any thoughts about that? Or do you not want to share what thoughts you have?
Yeah, we're wary of them. They're kind of a team that you don't know what to expect from them all the time, you know, so planning for them is not all that straightforward. But we're excited to get the chance to face them in the final. They're a good team.
Whichever way it goes, it's going to be a great series.
I definitely am looking forward to it. Hopefully I get to cast it. We'll find out. If for no other reason that I already have highlight reels for both teams, so it would be less work for me.
yeah, that's awesome.
So, looking at things, going back into game number 1, that was obviously the game on Battlefield of Eternity. Very, very, very scrappy game. You guys really, really seem to prioritize getting the Shaman camp a little bit early so that you could then rotate in on the top camp and just have a lot of pressure top lane. Is that a standard strategy, or was it specifically like that map? It just worked.
I think we like
Conflicted was
to.
just yelling at us. He said, "Hey, they're pushing on me top. Come help! Come help! Come help!" And we got up there, and when he landed that swap, to bring both of them into the same position, we could unload our AOE on them. It just worked out beautifully.
Oh, it absolutely did. That was one of the that set the tempo for the entire match, and I loved it because it was that swap into, I think, a double gravity lapse into just explosions.
Yep, totally planned.
I'm a really good caster.
No
You
luck
can't tell.
involved whatsoever. Yeah, that was fun. That gave us a morale boost early and kept us, kind of got us awake and ready to keep after it.
So, in the also looking back at game number 1, how do you guys decide like how to split your focus? Because it definitely seemed at times that you would push up until the point where you had any resistance, then you kind of pull back, make them choose where to go. So it was very, very coordinated, and a lot more coordinated than I'm used to seeing, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, we were very wary of their Sonya Muradin Hanzo wombo combo, right? So we knew that we couldn't just stand there and say and let them walk in and have free engages on us. So yeah, like a lot of that push pull stuff came from that. Just trying to make it difficult for them to engage our backline, which they got a few kills just like they wanted from that. It's a hard thing to fully stop.
Oh, it absolutely is. I'm pretty sure in game number 1 they outkilled you. You just outpushed them.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
There were a few objectives that we got where we were a bit disappointed because they picked up kills and we couldn't push with the Immortals.
All right.
So looking at game number 2, obviously game number 2 you got to pull out the Asmodan and the Dahaka, and we're just kind of able to pressure every lane at the same time, it felt like. The point I want to ask the most about, Conflicted, what was that going on in comms, that moment whenever you actually were pushing down the bottom keep as they were holding the top point?
Yeah, with comms, we realized that we had this push that was probably going to get a keep. And so we were kind of waiting to see how they would respond. So we were trying to make sure we didn't get into a super heavy engagement where they could potentially get 3 kills really quickly or something like that. And I was just waiting to make sure that the keep fell and see if they needed me to come in or just kind of reading the situation moment by moment, I think is what we were trying to do.
And then the last question I have, at least in terms of the matches that were played. So it was kind of interesting that it very much felt like that you guys were a little bit better at defending the actual points, but they did a great job of actually trying to hold you back and keep you from getting tempo. The first curse, you actually did manage to get down to all 3 forts. What was your overall strategy going into that game?
Chicken, you want to hop in a little?
It all came down to the draft. We had a very specific draft in mind, and so we banned what we wanted to ban, and they let us pick the heroes we wanted to pick, at least for the first round of draft picks. And then after the second round of bans, everything we did was kind of in response to what they picked. When we saw that the best option that they had for wave clear was Falstad, we kind of went all in on just playing meta and pushing every lane as hard as we could, because Falstad's pretty good at clearing, one wave every now and then, but he doesn't have that continuous wave clear power that Dahaka or Asmodan have.
Yeah, and I think both games they picked team comps that were very scary in the 5-on-5 engagements. So it kind of put us in a position where we had to play, and normally we like to be really aggressive, but against what they were doing, we tried to like make the fights last longer and keep them at arm's length as much as we could to allow our map control to take root.
All right, makes a lot of sense. Last question I have, because I always ask this if I remember it. Where does the name Almost Legends Ruby come from?
So shout out to Bellalos. He started this like Almost Legends team. I don't know how many seasons he's been running it. I was a part of it last season on another Almost Legends Obsidian, I think. And so, you know, we've been in contact with them, and I know for me at least, he was the one that like got me into NGS, and so we've been it was, we kind of got brought into his little Almost Legends family, and we've expanded it since then.
All right, fantastic. So with that, those are the questions I had for you. Let me go and turn it over to you for the shout-outs I'm sure you want to give.
Yeah, shout out to our team, Shiggity in particular, for coming in clutch at the last minute, filling in, and just, you know, really proud of our team. And I think we've progressed a whole lot since the beginning of the season to now. Like, we've all grown. And shout out to everybody that's watching out there, supporting us. And shout out to you for casting so much. We really appreciate it.
And shout out to Rat Bastode, who hasn't been able to play for us for the past few games, but he did get us to where we are now in the season. So huge shout out to him.
I did feel a little bit bad in the intro reel. I didn't have Chicken Meow part of it, because obviously I have no idea who you guys are going to field, and I just had to go by who had the most games over the season as a good guess. So sorry you weren't included.
No, it's really cool that you're able to do that, though. Yeah, I think everybody in this community appreciates the effort. It's great.
Well, absolutely my pleasure. I wish I could do it more. Those take about 2 hours, so I only do them for playoffs, but always is something when you ever get to this point.
Awesome.
We do have chat saying that this team is definitely getting Burger King after this, so well done.
Can I get Chick-fil-A? Is that on the table?
I mean, I'll leave it up to them. I would not go there, but I would take it over Burger King for sure. But with that
Burger
said,
King, they've joined the chicken game too.
They
They've got a
have?
good chicken sandwich. I think so.
yeah, I'll go ahead and let you guys enjoy the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
All right. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And for all of you wonderful and beautiful people, we will actually be going over to Drogo, who is currently casting a Nexus Cup division. So, much, much, much higher level league. Should be able to, and also a much, much higher level caster. I am bronze. So you can kind of tell in the way that I cast that I don't know nearly as much as some of the other casters. We'll be going over to her and look forward to it. I will see you the next time I cast, and be awesome.